Hello, welcome to Life Sciences, and today we've got a very exciting lineup for you. We're going to start off by looking at evidence for prehistoric life in South Africa, and we're focusing on South Africa's very rich fossil record. Now, what do we mean when we say that a place has a very rich fossil record? What we mean is that there are many sites in that particular place that have fossil evidence of prehistoric life. And South Africa has an exceptionally rich fossil record. I want you to think about where it is that you live while you're watching this program and find out from the map, and as we talk about the lesson today, whether you have fossil sites near to where you live, and maybe you want to go and visit them and find out more about the fossils that have been found at that particular site. So, let's start off. We don't only have fossils of big dinosaurs, although we do have fossils of dinosaurs, we also have fossils of minute, microscopic life that existed millions and millions of years ago. Prokaryotes such as bacteria and archaea have been found fossilized in rocks near Barberton, and these fossils date right back to the Archean eon. That is, think of the huge amount of years ago, 2,500 million years ago. These are some of the oldest fossils in the world. Stromatolites have been found in Barberton as well as in the Vredefort Dome area. Stromatolites are rocks that have been formed by compacting layers of cyanobacteria over time. So, here's our map. Do you stay near any of these places? Remember, Barberton, we're looking at, in the eastern parts of Mpumalanga, we're looking at stromatolites and very, very ancient fossils of bacteria and other archaea, and the Vredefort Dome, which is the area around Parys. So this is what stromatolites look like. These stromatolites are found near the ocean, but certainly in Barberton they're found in an area where there is no ocean, but they're very, very recognizable. Layers upon layers of cyanobacteria that have been compressed together to actually form a kind of sedimentary rock. Now, the Vredefort Dome is a particularly interesting area because about 2,023 million years ago, it is the site of a meteor impact. It is thought that a meteor collided with Earth in that area, creating a 300-kilometer diameter crater. It is the largest and the oldest impact crater on Earth. We know that Earth was subjected to meteors before this one, but this is the only site that we have on land that dates back so far. All right, let's look at another kind of organism, not looking now at bacteria and at archaea and therefore prokaryotes. Let's look at some eukaryotic life. Ediacaran animals lived about 600 million years ago, and they have been found preserved in the rocks near Aus in Namibia. Now, these animals were very soft-bodied creatures that are totally different from and unrelated to anything that is alive today. This is one small picture of one of these organisms. They looked completely different, and there's no living relatives of these animals around today. They actually died out about 540 million years ago. Right, so let's move now to the Eastern Cape, Grahamstown in particular. In the late Devonian rocks that are found near Grahamstown in the Eastern Cape, there are well-preserved fossils of club mosses and simple plants, the very first plant species to have colonized land. We have fossils of those near Grahamstown. Also in the same area, relatives of conifers. Remember that conifers are gymnosperms or cone-producing plants that lived about 350 million years ago. So, do you come from the Grahamstown area? Do you think you could go or ask your teacher to take you to these sites to see these fossils? A Eurypterid. Right, that sounds like a very exciting kind of fossil, but they have also been found in early Paleozoic rocks from the Cape and the Western Cape. And what is a Eurypterid? Well, it was a giant sea scorpion. These scorpions, if you think of the size of a scorpion today, that's a pretty big scorpion if you were thinking about our South African scorpions today. Well, Eurypterids were probably as big as you. Can you imagine meeting a scorpion like that? More about our exciting fossil sites in South Africa after the break.